Hey, how's it? How you guys doing? Yeah, I did two today, but I got time on my hands. You know, December, COVID, we're all kind of chilling, and surf's kind of bumpy, so I didn't paddle out today. So I thought, I'll do one more. Okay, Snarky Puppy, Shofukan. Now, I made myself aware of this band deeper after I did Lingus, and learning their name slowly but surely. And I did go through some of this series that this Shofukan is, what does it say? The We Like It Here DVD. And it's wonderful. It's amazing. That I can gush about it forever. But I realized, oh my God, I got to pick one because I kind of like to cycle. If I've done one from a band, I'd like to come back and do another as I learn. Like I've got another Ginger coming. I've got another Devin Townsend, on my list that I want to do. Really quick, I also want to let, excuse me, I want to let you know, some people ask me to go a little deeper in my, decomposing as the old composer, get it? The thing is for me is that, if I'm listening on the fly, unless I'm writing down or or it's a really complicated piece, I'm trying to absorb it and stuff, and I miss things. And I'm beginning to understand, I think I need to write stuff down as I hear it. Because I go back and listen to some of my reactions. I said, oh my God, I didn't even mention about that sick, guitar line or that riff or that pattern or something. And so I've got to figure out a different way to do this as I move forward with my channel, which I've only been doing this a month. And so live and learn. And also finally, before I start this, I want to thank all of you for your comments, good, bad, indifferent, critical criticism, constructive criticism, and a couple trolls. But your life isn't complete without a Tootsie troll. That was just the worst joke ever. All right, so let's do that. Stupid. Finally, another thing is that if any commercials are running on this, it's not mine. I don't monetize my channel. The owners of the publishing can do a copyright claim and they can run advertisement if they want. AKG 240s. Link is down there below if you want to check him out. I'm also going to put a link for Snarky Puppy music as well down there. So for those of you who might be coming across this the first time and go, geez, I need this, that'll be down there for you as well. All right, here we go. Let's do this thing. Snarky Puppy Shofukan. All right. My first stop here. That sounds like we're getting into a nice trumpet solo. What a relaxing. energy break. After hearing the other tracks from this DVD, there's so much wonderful technical work that's being done. The musicians are, everybody knows how great the musicians are. And to hear this is like a really little chill piece. It's almost like this might be my very first non-reaction because, except for the fact that it's so beautifully set up and so beautifully dynamically arranged to come in very soft and mellow and slowly build. It's got this kind of Dorian edge to it. Not an edge. Dorian is not edgy. Dorian is, for those who don't know, it's a mode. It's a scale, a choice. There's 7 modes, but we'll save that for some other time. And that's kind of like a mellow, kind of hopeful kind of energy to it. And I notice, I think my hearing, what's it called? I'm sorry, I have a hard time sometimes getting my words out. But the key, I think it's either, I think it's an E, maybe E flat or something. If you noticed, there's 3 guitar players, if you notice, I'm sure, which I think is wonderful. What a great, if I was a producer and I had 3 guitars to actually work with and layer in, you notice that there was a pedaled note through that whole thing? Remember I talked about the drone, that pedaled note, that, in arrangements can lull you into a nice little, kind of like a little zone. They got that pedaled note all the way through except this one little section where there was a bit of a key change, and it was a very happy key change. So it seems like Michael League, see, I'm studying the names, in his arrangement of this is that kind of trip he wants to take you on. It's just kind of like a, hey man, reload your libation, whatever your heroic dose is, and let's just kind of chill. That's what it feels like so much. Of course, Larnell, and all the guitar players, Nate, percussionist, you know how I feel about that. The last time I talked about him in Lingus, I didn't know his name. Now I know. And also, by the way, though, I did catch that documentary and how they did this, and so cool. It was such a wonderful thing. Okay, let's move on. If you saw me stop, I saw a lady looked like she was kind of tripping out in this section. She was like, hey, what's up? Anyhow, let's see if there's anything else. No, it's like I said, I think this one I don't have a lot to fire for except to truly enjoy. So stand by, let me bring it back a little bit. What a wonderfully beautiful passage right there. 2 chords to that whole thing. It was a minor into a major. And the Dorian, I mentioned that earlier, that kind of Egyptian kind of style flow and vibe to it, and Michael with his bass playing, the muted bass that he's got going on there, and his syncopated bass line. There was that turnaround he did in between 2 measures there. That to me was just, that is the stuff right there, where your phrasing doesn't start off in what I would consider what you might expect as the pure listener, which means the listener that has no idea about how to play music and they just enjoy listening to music, that, the bass line is doing this. And he took his phrasing and started a couple bars, a couple notes into it, and then actually finished on, another beat on the second measure. I love that. Larnell obviously is the Meister the Sultan of this movement with all of the wonderful little 30 seconds he sneaks in between what he's doing. Nate Worth also holding down. But the piano, that keyboard, the chords that he's playing in the background, the minor to the major, he is also kind of adding a little bit to the sense of suspense by adding, like, I hear every now and then there's a second in there or a fourth that resolves, something that kind of hangs out there in a beautiful way that kind of calls to you to go, you know. Sorry, I don't know. I'm trying to explain it because I don't, if you've never heard any of my reactions, I'm not reacting for the musicians and people who study per se as much as I am for people who already love the music, and maybe I bring just a little more so that they can hook onto a new element as they continue to enjoy, listening to music. Anyhow, so let's finish this up. Justin, I think this is the trumpet player. I'm pretty sure it is. I saw a picture of him. I'm putting together in my brain as I speak. What a beautiful solo, too. Just mellow, man. There isn't a lot of speed. There's not a lot of stuff going on. These guys can do everything. This is just a beautiful piece of music that's kind of like I said, it's like, hey, what's up? Chill out and just bounce around a little bit. So, anyhow, I'm going to take it back a little bit. Let's keep going. I'll finish it up. Wow, I love that ending. You know that I think. I mean, like I said, this is probably like a non-reaction for me as much as it was just really enjoying this, because it also seemed like it was probably a really wonderful song for the musicians to kind of go like this before the next bunch of songs come. You know what I mean? It's like they were doing so much work with the lingus, and there was another one, I think, something about What About Me? I heard that one where Larnell's drum solo at the end was just absolutely ridiculous, but I can't do a reaction to it now because I already saw it, right? Two things I want to say at the end of this. Just as I thought that everything was smooth with the rhythms and stuff, they threw in, I think it sounded like a 5/4. The guitar players were going da 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 whatever. I was trying to count it off in my head. So sneak one in right there. The bass player, Michael League, I'm learning more about him. Oh my God, does that guy just have the most insane... well, he's the arranger of the whole thing. So all that rhythmic stuff that's happening is Michael League. But for him to be the bass player and have that soul is just is static. I mean, I'm going to obviously continue to dive deeper into Snarky Puppy. And then finally, I wanted to mention something really quick. I mentioned it in Lingus, and then now after doing my homework, this was shot live. They shot each song once or twice, and then they took it back from what I recall reading. I expect your comments if I'm wrong, or if you have anything to add to it. And they took it back to Texas and they mixed it and stuff. To have the opportunity to have 3 guitars, 5 pianos, an incredible horn section. These guys remind me of the Tower of Power, a horn section in the 80s when I was an engineer. There were these horn, from the 47, the Union 47, there was this horn group that you always called if you needed the sound. And these guys are exactly as powerful and as cool as they are. But Larnell, if you notice, had another snare next to him with a cymbal on top of it, and it was a deeper snare, or it could have been the same size snare and detuned. That's how you got that kind of squashy sound there, and I thought that was really cool. Nate Worth, of course, always killing it. The percussionist, and if you ever keep an eye on a percussionist, especially one that's doing work for a band as talented and as insane as this one, they're all over the place. They're running, they get this, they're going to shake this, they're going to hit this cymbal, they got the chimes here, they got the tambourine, they're hitting the side of a conga with a stick. And that's I think Nate Worth could probably do a weight loss program, a percussive weight loss program, if he wanted to help lose weight, because that's going on. Anyhow, I'm on and on and on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for, if you're still on this journey with me, you're still even watching this video, that I'll be transitioning and trying different ways to do this. I'm beginning to feel a little like I don't know that I want to be a reactor as much as I want to maybe take things that I've seen and review it, but then there are other people that already do that. So I'm kind of in a space right now, but onward and forward. Thank you very much. Remember the links for the headsets down there, the links for Snarky Puppy music down there. And for those of you that actually bought me a cup of coffee, that little link that's down there, I want to thank you so much. I've actually got people 50 cents, $1, $15, $8, whatever. But I want to let you know that cup of coffee that you buy me as kind of a tip if I'm doing it, because I don't sell anything here. I don't have Patreon or something. I don't have books or DVDs or anything. I do stuff nonprofit for kids. I just ordered 3,500 units of these little face masks for kids that I want to send out to Shriners and Children's Hospital around the country as giveaway gifts for recreational therapists. So if you do give me 50 cents or something for that cup of coffee, it's also going to help me get these and send them out. So anyhow, thank you very much. And once again, if you're still here, great. If not, and you dug out halfway through, you missed all the fun. All right. See ya. Aloha.